Well, it got done raining about an hour ago. Hot and humid out here. See, it's starting to dry up. Yep, it won't stop raining. And when it does stop raining, you know, it's still kind of too wet to work on stuff, and I need to get stuff mowed. It's starting to turn into a jungle out here. Okay, so before I say anything, nothing bad, no way, shape, or form. But good news and bad news. Good news is they consider this parted out. I don't have to turn in the VIN tags, but because I got the VIN, I told them it's parted out and everything, and it's no longer roadworthy. Bad news is I haven't worked on it in over 2 weeks, and I have not got the front clip off yet because of the weather and real life getting in the way. So yeah, so Monday I gotta do some errands. I gotta run back into town, get some wood, gas, and also talk to my relative about tire rods for the 56 Mercury over there, because I do not want to fight it when I move it next month. So Tuesday, it won't take me too long. There's like, what, between 6 to 10 bolts holding on this entire front clip. I'm going to take it off as a whole, but I want to take off the front grill first because that's still a pristine grill. Bumper is going to come off, and then I'll go ahead and take the front clip off as a whole. I'm going to ask my dear lovable nephew if he can stop over sometime after his work and help me carry it over. If not, then you know, since the grill will be off, I will you know, just put it on a dolly and carefully wheel it over and put it on. I'll put it on, Heather, and then I'll start carrying stuff over. I'll clean things out on Big Red, our Big Red, and then toss all the junk or whatever else away, and then put the doors back on and piece it back together, so that way everything is together. But now we need an extra Galaxy hood for that, because I got it, you know, my front clip's complete. I got everything, but Red doesn't. But I know for a fact, here's the funny thing. First I thought about using some of this stuff off of that, but since this is a narrow frame, I am told, well, I'll find out though, but we're going to find out in time. But what I'm told is this Galaxy rear axle on narrow frame will not fit on any standards from 65 to 69 or 70. This is a little specific, but we're gonna find out. So it's a shame that we could not save this, but you know, it is what it is. And it all started when a guy wanted this for his family, and you know, was trying to get a title for it, and they're like, oh wait, you can't, this came back and stuff, and blah blah blah. So I mean, it happens. Extreme base model. I told the guy, I actually ran into him over at a store. I'm not going to say his name because I talked to him once over at the salvage yard, and I told him, he's like, oh, it's not worth nothing. I was like, no. He's like, oh, I ain't missing nothing. I was like, well, really not. I showed him pictures, I showed him the video, and he's like, oh hell, I'm not missing nothing, because he only looked at it briefly and such. It's like, oh, I know it's a good car, but yeah, of course I'm not going to say his name. So anywho, it is totaled out, don't have to worry about it, but I still want to get the front clip off because I want to start cutting up this car and skinning it. And I ordered another gauge, second one now, because the other one got lost in the mail. I refunded it, and now I got another one on the way. Yeah, because my one I recently bought last year disappeared. So I don't know what happened to it. So yeah, I will be taking stuff loose. I do want to skin everything, but I want to leave the skeletal structure intact. In fact, I don't want to cut nothing. I want to take everything off the car. The chrome, the pieces, the front, not the front, excuse me, the dashboard. I mean, gut it, shell it. which, you know, includes all this stuff. I'm going to have to, you know, get the rivets out and go from there. Because once everything is all completely stripped, then this fall, you know, whatever's skinned off the car, the remaining skeletal structure, I actually want to take apart little by little up over here, because this spot right here, you know, I do believe can cross over to another galaxy, and I don't want to cut nothing down right there. I want to take it off at the factory welds. So whatever remaining on this car will be used for whatever else. So yeah, it'll get scanned, and whatever else is not there, I will take it over to another scrapper, a local scrapper, and just toss whatever's left into his bin. So yeah, so front bumper, front clip off, you know, the front clip's coming off. So, and then I'll worry about the back bumper before I start doing a lot of the body. So let's see here. And since I used the car in the preview of this video, and again, I do apologize for not working on cars. This weather, and we've gotten an abnormal amount of weather lately. It's really making me sour. Really, truly making me sour. So when Tucker is home, when he has a little bit more time on his hands, we're gonna put more of a mystery oil down into this. So it's locked up, but I don't know how bad it is. I had this off earlier by accident. It smells extremely bad. It smells like Drama Queen's engine burnt up, but this one does not have no oil in it. You know, original dipstick, yeah, it's dry. I hope that I hope that it's not locked up from no oil. I know there's ways to free up an engine like that and redo them, but you know, since this is a first gen nail head, this is kind of a very precious engine. So excuse me. And another thing too, I can't find much information online, so maybe some of you gentlemen or ladies out there may know this. This is a 12 volt, and of course made in USA by Anderson. I don't know if this is factory or converted over. It feels like it's factory, but I don't know if it was converted over later on. Because I know they're starting to convert a lot of these older cars from 6 volt to 12 volt in the 50s. I think they're still doing that to some of them in the 60s. I can't quite remember. But I know, I remember hearing from my late father, or our late father, and our relative, you know, that they started converting these over to 12 volt in the 50s. Getting away from the 6 volt because everything was becoming more powerful and it needed more voltage to run. So that's it from this side. It is, oh yes, those stupid oil things. When we redo this engine, it's going to get a normal breather. Climatic control. What does that say fully? Hold on here, I'll rub it off. So yeah, I'm hoping we get to mess with this engine. I'm hoping. But I know for a fact when I get gas and a few other things organized, the Sport Brougham will be messed with. And people don't like me calling that a sport. Well, it's a marked but unmarked Sport Brougham. And I'll explain it real fast, which I've done many times in previous videos. Guys don't like it when you have something like this, and a lot of our subscribers and watchers have been stating it and such, and I'm not afraid to say it anymore. People are jealous of stuff online. We don't do this stuff to brag. I don't do this stuff to brag. When stuff happens to fall into our lap, it happens to fall into our lap. It's life. I mean, I don't know what else to really state it on. But explain it real fast. This car is actually a 74. You know, it's a 74 Gran Torino Brougham. But at the dealership, it wanted a lot of its stock liquidated. You know, wanted it gone. And so they picked this car. They have 73 stuff on it. And they had Gran Torino, you know, Sport available. And they put it on it. So it's considered a Sport Brougham, a 73.5. So a 74 downplayed to a 73.5. I don't know how that stuff plays out. But yeah, it has a VIN number of a 74. But it's a 73.5. Because of what the dealership did to this right here. And yeah, I don't know what else to really say on it. I know a lot of people don't like that and blah blah blah, and it's like they never did, and everything's like, well, dealerships did that. Also found out too that other dealerships across the US did that too. So there's other Sport Broughams out there running around, if not crushed maybe. Who knows? But yeah, reason why she has 73 stuff on a 74 body. I always thought about just turning it back into a 74, you know, but since it's got that history of a 73, you know, stuff on it, it's like, you know, I want to keep it as a 73.5. But when I get things organized, I will be messing with that next month. As I got some things situated, and I need to order a gas cap for it, new gas cap. Because I want to see if it'll run off the gas tank. So, I always explain that in the videos because people just don't like it. Yeah, whatever. But anyways, gonna try to get to this. So, but this will not be placed in our first lineup, though it will be placed over to the side. You know, a reminder, Tucker did find something in a catalog that they have skins for this and everything. And when we get the skin, we'll have to see what we have to build, or at least rebuild over on this side in order to put it on. Because there's going to be a lot of sandblasting and prepping and such in order to put that skin back on. So, yeah, that kind of extensive work, it's gonna be something. Because I don't know how long this car has been off the road, because as you can see, it's kind of cancered out right there. So, but yeah, get the skin on, get everything measured up, and then door skin on. Have to see what's with that door, new door hinges, a bunch of stuff really. But yeah, I really want another, excuse me, not another, I want a car just like this, so we can have another sitting on and in our collection. Has to be a two-door, either hardtop or sedan, or some sort of a wagon, two-door, four-door wagon. Has to be a 55 Buick. Because, actually, I'm kind of leaning more towards the sedan. Because for some reason, don't get me wrong, I love hardtops, but for some reason, sedans are also class in their own right. So, I know everyone prefers hardtops, but, you know, I love my sedans just as much as the hardtops. Because, you know, old 50s muscle car is an old 50s muscle car. So, let's see here. One more car let's talk about. I'm going to walk through Big Haven. Hopefully, I don't fall down and hurt myself. Yeah, when it gets done raining, I got a lot of stuff to rake up. I was going to do all this raking, but the weather been in the way. And I need to actually get this scooted back a little bit more. We're going to try to. I can't remember what year that is of a Chevy. But yeah, I kind of want to get the front clip out on over here, lift it up and placed onto this. So that way it's up and out of the way. Oh, the Willys night. We're going to be messing with that engine. we're going to put stuff down into it. And when I messed with it, it was free, but when I messed with it again, it's not free. And it's also a little off kilter. So I think during transport, it something broke on one of the engine supports. Because to be honest, I think I'm gonna wait on doing a reproduction body on that 51 Vic, and I think I want to do something on this. I'll still make patterns off the other one, skeletal structure, but yeah. So in any case, yeah, we're gonna be messing with that too, but only when he's here, because that's his vehicle as well. And of course, Amanda, when my brother-in-law has time on his hands, he's gonna come over and look at this with me. I'm gonna have to do a new oil change on it because some gas got down into it. So yeah, I know there's a lot of fans on this. Oh, also another thing too. Found out that this is a lot rarer than a Dodge Charger RT. And this is a 69, you know, a Charger 69 and a, you know, RT. 13 or 12,000 something units on this. Can't quite remember, but there's not a lot of survivors left. Like 300 something accounted for. I can't remember what this one's accounted for now. And Charger RTs is like 15,000 or something. So yeah, looking at a car that's a lot rarer than the Dodge Charger RT. And a 69 Dodge Charger RT. Interesting, really. I want to get another one like this, but a Cyclone fastback, but good luck on those. Yeah, no plans have really changed on those. Oh, rabbit hair. If they had a sticker. A lot of stuff to be cleaned up and had around here. I know a lot of people want me to walk around with everything. We did that once, but with everything now, it's like, well, we'll do it in the future. A very long video instead of cutting it up. Glass I've got to pick up. I also need to start parting this out a little bit too. This was originally a parts truck for our late father's 84 High Boy. So, of course, our dad's Bonneville. I'm in talks with someone about getting a fender on that side. They're kind of hard to get a hold of because, you know, because of their work schedule and everything. But they have one that's just kind of flattened, but this side is pretty decent. It's kind of flattened from a tree, kind of down on over, but this side's pretty decent. Let's see if he's willing to part with it. He's just letting it sit there doing nothing. So if I could get a part, I could get a part. If not, then a salvage yard, parts car or something. You have to excuse me with my breathing. With the smoke from Canada fires and everything coming down, it's not going well with me. So, Roadrunner. It was supposed to be this week after I got more yard work and things mowed. It's going to yank this out and 3D scan it and see what I needed to do in order to fix this. I've talked to some websites to see if they can make some posts. They don't make them. I've been looking online. Guys that have B-body Mopars, you know, Dodge, Plymouth, they need parts. A lot of guys need roof skins, side skins, door skins, new door shells, fenders, grills. And there's other guys out there like me that need full-on roof swaps and, you know, window pillar supports. So guess what? I'm not the only one that has a rolled Roadrunner trying to fix it. I'm not going to say his name, but a guy has a 72 that he got. Can't remember what engine size it is. It's an automatic. It's way bigger than mine because this is a 318 model RM21. I think his in 72. What the heck was it? Was it 360 or 383? I can't quite remember, but it was like a small block, or I can't quite remember. It's been like a couple weeks now, but yeah, he too is also looking for support. Except his is popped down. Mine is just kind of on one side, but I just want to replace both sides anyhow. So next week when things are done and stuff is moved, I'm gonna have to move the convertible over here someplace out of the way. Just kind of push it back somewhat. I'm going to pull this out over there. So I was like, I gotta, well, actually not just the Buick, but the Bonneville. But I'm gonna pull this out at a level spot, and then I'm gonna use my phone to scan this, because there's some way to actually scan this, carefully walk around, in order to turn this into a 3D scanned model, instead of spending thousands of dollars for one of those 3D scanners, placing all those stupid dots everywhere. And since I'm learning 3D Blender, well, it'll go hand in hand. And plus I can make a 3D model that can scale down into something and print it and go from there. But also too, there's some toys. There's one came out from, they're not a sponsor in no way, shape, or form, but I'm just going to say their name, Big Muscle. Came out with a 72 Plymouth GTX. And it's almost the same damn thing, but it's just scaled down. I'll use that for kind of a reference, because a lot of people do that too with Hot Wheels. But also too, on Facebook, I think they turn a Charger into a Super Bee. And see, it's what, a 71? I think it's a 71, because the 71 Chargers and the Super Bees, when they had them, they only made like 32 that year, I think. It's like a 71 and 72, I do apologize, but the window kind of goes up like that. It curves up a lot more. And 73, 74 is like this. I can't remember if other Plymouths are like this as well, but I'm going to use that reference for the angle right here. But I still can't find a proper reference angle for the front. Now, I was talking with a guy that had a 74 Plymouth Satellite, but it was a 4-door. And I was looking online. The front windows on the 4-doors are a little different than the 2-doors like this 73 or 74 model. So I told him I apologize, I can't use it and everything. And he said he would, he would pay for the shipping and handling. He cut it down around the factory welds, and I'd take care of it at then. But I told him I can't use nothing. So he's like, okay. Really nice fellow. He tried to help. I have some people that try to offer some things, some good, a lot of bad. And since you're a YouTuber and doing stuff online, everyone thinks like, oh, he's a YouTuber, I'm gonna get lots of money out of him. It's like, no. It's an odd thing to run into scammers like that guy last year, or was it this year? I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember now. But he was trying to pass off that 60 Fairlane as a Starliner, and well, we showed 60 61s are pretty much the same damn thing with the bubble roof, just the pattern in the back of the windows is kind of different too. But yeah, he trying to pass that off. It's like, I'm trying to help you, and it's like, well, I appreciate it, but it's not a Starliner, because you can see the Fairlane 500 completely on it, and it matched up just like Red Rose. So anyways, back to this. When I do get things moved, I'm hoping next week, if not sometime in June, I'll get this yanked out and do a 3D scan, because I think also too, looking at it, and the back's kind of bent down too, over to the left. So I'm pretty much looking at full on swap. I'll take the skeletal structure off on the inside, bend it back, but then I'll pretty much just like so. paint's that bad, huh? Oh, it is, scratching it. So, is that a repaint? Oh. That's interesting. I've never noticed that before. Hey, look at this. It's a repaint. They repainted over this. I know that this is a real Roadrunner. RM21. That door is factory blue, the B5. I know they repainted over it sometime, but I thought they did the door, but no, they also did the body. So yeah, and I can't show the van because it's right there, but you can see the repaint on that door. I remember pointing that out, but I didn't know that they did the body. Interesting. Yeah, but yeah, low tier Roadrunner RM21 to 318. They made a lot of these, and of course people's like, it's not a real Roadrunner because it's got 318 and it's blah blah blah. It's like, well, this is pretty much a satellite dressed up as a Roadrunner, but with the factory putting RM21 on the VIN. And I don't really care. I mean, Roadrunner's a Roadrunner. So anywho, there's a big hawk over there. But anywho, just gonna yank it out, 3D scan it, and just go from there. So can't find no proper hood replacements because people want the lowest I've discovered now this year is $3,800. That's not including shipping and handling. And you know, this hobby and soon profession is not cheap, you know. That's not cheap to fix none of these. But yeah, $3,800 is way too steep for me, especially paying $200 for this. Yeah, you know where my standards are. I hate to say that, but I think the highest I'll ever go is probably maybe $700, and shipping and handling maybe $1,000. But that's to be decided. So yeah, not giving up on the Roadrunner, never will. Even if it'll take years to get this girl back, you know, back on the road, I'll just put it back over, you know, in the storage. That way, you know, I can slide it in and out to work on it. Because as a matter of fact, I actually need to take off the wheel wells. They need to come off. I need to finish gutting out and assessing these front rails, see how bad they are. See if I need to get full-on replacement rails or if I can bend them back. And then whatever engine I put in, I'll build support brackets in the front to reinforce it a little bit. That, you know, it could be taken off around the engine and all that. So yeah, so again, my apologies for not working on cars because of the weather and everything, and I'm getting real sour about not working on none of these because we're not supposed to get rain, and yet we got rain. And as you can see over there, rain clouds coming in again, but this week it says it's supposed to be no rain. But I'm almost up to the point of working on these when there is rain. So yeah, it's truly frustrating because I'm trying to, you know, build our online deal, our channel and such and everything. Of course, you know, who isn't. So yeah, it's embarrassing to say, you know, haven't worked on nothing because of the weather and from winter and from the health issue. But what can you do? Cars and, you know, vehicles are scattered around everywhere, trying to work on them, but weather gets in the way. Yeah, and grass is still pretty gosh darn wet. Yeah. Well, I guess that's everything in a nutshell for this another blog video, this stupid blog. And I do apologize. I know you guys at home, you guys and gals like this stuff, but to me, this is not productive because there's only so much that a person can really talk about, and things are just over talked about and too spent. So yeah, nothing like beating a dead horse, right? So please take in consideration of liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Be deeply appreciated for you to subscribe. Not after no money, no way, shape, or form. So y'all have a go now. Take care and stay safe. See you later, and thanks again for support.